People think that entrepreneurship is all about the business.
That's not true. Absolutely not true. Once you know yourself, who you are, what do you want, what you already know within yourself, you will definitely be successful. That I guarantee you.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of Personal Development for Entrepreneurs. I'm here with my good friend and mentor, Dr. Venga Kalachulu, and today we're going to be talking about another exciting topic, which is how to overcome adversity easily.
Good evening.
So,
Good evening, Kram.
Venga, I would like to lead into our discussion today.
Yes.
Against the backdrop of coronavirus, a very badly hurt economy,
Yes.
the conditions that we are in right now, a lot of people are losing their jobs.
Yes.
Statistics show that depression is on the rise.
Yes.
Suicide rates have gone up.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Incomes are dropping.
Yeah.
Businesses are not doing so well. So we're all facing adversity.
Yes.
Some are able to handle this. And then you've got the other extreme where people are jumping off buildings and committing suicide. So I think it's very relevant that we discuss this, and you're the best person because you've helped me through my adversities. To a point where I'm quite comfortable dealing with adversity.
Thank you.
How can we explain this to our audience? Taking this concept, you wrote a book about it as well, One Day at a Time.
Yes.
So I'd like to discuss that, the one day at a time and handling adversity, making it easy to go through these challenges.
Okay. It's true. Every one of us as humans, we have this with us. I mean, everything cannot be the best in your life from the day you are born to the time of your death. It's never like that. There is always this question of good things, bad things. Now, how you handle this in your life is extremely important.
Absolutely, yes.
If you cannot handle it, then the danger are that you will always have a not so good life. You'll always be, wondering why is it happening to me, and worst part of it, somewhere out there, somebody's giving you the pain and all that. No, it's not like that. The first thing to understand, the way I have understood it and the way I've experienced it. See, I speak to you from my personal experience. It's nothing to do with what I've read, or it's my personal experience.
Yeah.
I understand two things. One, human psychology, the psychology of human has got two parts. One is the social psychology, what other people think of you, what they feel about you, and who do you think you are. Social psychology, and your own psychology.
Yep.
The social psychology, you can't control it because it's other people, whatever they think and all the rest of it. But you are bothered with it a lot. You are caught up in the trap. And that, because you're caught up with that, you develop your own psychology. This psychology is not your experience. Make up your imagination, your imagination, and your own emotion, you make it up. Then you have social psychology, and then you have your personal psychology. The key is to handle this personal psychology. And that is the key to a human success.
Yep.
To begin with. You must understand the difference between the two. One is social.
Can you just give an example, social psychology and personal psychology?
Okay. What other people think about you? What people, people think about you in different way. Your neighbor thinks about you different way. Your friends think of you, but they may not express it to you the way they feel about it. Not like the Americans, they probably tell you. But as a general population outside of America, we generally don't tell our feeling about you like that. We don't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
That impacts you because suddenly, if somebody says something about you, or don't say about you, but give you a certain kind of look, you form certain conclusion, and then you have this psychology built inside you.
Yeah.
Correct or not?
Yes.
So that's a social part of it. Now we come across that working place, your friend, your neighbor, your mother, your relation, whatever. Okay? And they don't express exactly how they feel about you or what they think about you. Okay? They give you some fanciful ideas, or maybe make some statement, he's like that, and those things will affect you if you take it into yourself. They say, hey, don't get personal, no? Meaning you whatever I say to you, you're taking it, absorbing it, and making it your own self-psychological problem. Very important.
Yeah.
That's what hurts us the most.
All right. So social psychology
Yes.
affects our personal psychology.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
So the key you're saying is personal psychology should be where you focus on.
Yes.
Okay.
Personal side. Your own psychological makeup is extremely important. I can explain this to you in a simple way, no? We take this is personal psychology, express it in a very aggressive manner when you drive a car. That is your personal psychology affects your driving.
Yep.
Affects when you talk to somebody on the phone, even your girlfriend, even your wife, even your dear one. When somebody overtakes you on the left-hand side, that overtaking, social psychology, affects you immediately, and you will speak in a tone. The other person will think that you are scolding the other person. See, automatic transmission of that self-psychological, not controllable. You can't control it because it has affected you so much. You don't know the difference between what to say, how to say.
Yep.
And you just say
Say
it.
it.
So this is very important. And it happens to you day in and day out. You go into a restaurant, you order a cup of coffee, and the waiter who took the order come and deliver to you. When he or she delivers to you, accidentally, the cup and the plate maybe touch a little bit, and a few drops drop onto the plate. Immediately you get angry. That is that you are unable to handle your own psychology.
Sure. Okay. It
You
makes a
understand
lot
the
of
meaning?
sense.
Yeah?
Yep.
So in life, we go through, and a lot of things that what you see, what you hear, and you are not happy with that psychological thing that's coming to you, affects you, and then your own psychology impacts you completely. So you have the social psychology on one side, and then the personal psychology on the other side. The personal psychology is the key to your success in life. Now, why? Why is that so important? Because always things will go wrong. Because life, we all have a small part of life. One part, small part. I have a small part. You have, life is all over. But each of these life are personal to the holder.
Yeah.
Now, there are many things that will come your way which will affect you. Be it anything, from death to losing a job, to such as COVID effect on you, money,
Yep.
job, promotion, many things affect you. All this, if you cannot handle your own personal psychology, then you are the one that will suffer.
Sure.
Okay, that's why I said I always believe this. Okay, as a human, if what you can do, and you don't do it, that is a human disaster.
What you can do, but you don't do about a situation.
Any situation for
Okay.
that matter.
That's a human disaster.
That's a human disaster. But you cannot do and you don't know what to do or how to do it, doesn't matter.
That you should leave aside.
That you cannot. What you can do, you must do. What you cannot do, you must leave it. But the problem with human is what we cannot do is where we concentrate.
Yep. We worry about things that we can't do, have no control about.
I think we're lying to ourselves.
Yes.
You already know you cannot do it. What is the point in talking or searching? You cannot do, Lord. But what you can do, you don't want to do. And this is the problem.
Is that because, from a psychological perspective, right, it's easier to just sit down and worry about what you cannot do than to do what you have to
Absolutely. Because why? You pretend, psychological pretendance, I'm worried about this, and oh, I wish this, then I wish that. You go on in life as if, that you are born to this world to be like that. What you can do, which is quite easy to do, taking the action to get it done, which you don't want to do. Why? Because other people can do. You see, this is how the thinking is. What I can do, I don't want to do. What I cannot do, I worry about it. This is the problem with the mind, the human mind. Animals got no problem like that. They do what they have to do. They will not do what they cannot do. Full stop, period. You see, a tree, you plant a tree, it won't grow. Soil is not right, temperature is not right, but it'll die, finish. No, human take the plant, put the seed in another place, take a pot and try to change all over. It's telling you this soil is not right for me. Go do somewhere else. This is not a proper place for me to grow. No, we will find. We think we are researchers and we have the ability to. All this is what, the stupidity of philosophy, which we have picked up from all sorts of books and nonsense. Philosophy of life, and you must look at it. I don't believe in philosophy. I don't. They are for people who didn't know what to do. Therefore, they wrote philosophy. To me, if you cannot explain something in a very simple way, so the next person can actually understand and do something with it, that is much, much better than philosophizing, writing poetry, okay? No point. That's why I said, whatever you can do, you don't want to do. Whatever you cannot do, you want to do.
Worry
How?
about, yeah.
How to help you?
Yes. And that's the problem with life. That's what most of us do.
Okay. Give you another very good example. Simple example. What is so difficult for you to wear a mask? What? The way people look at you? Why? It protects you. It not only protects you, it protects the other person, because when you speak, the saliva is coming out. And that saliva, the way I'm speaking now, it can go up to about 20 feet. It'll affect somebody else. Suppose you are a COVID-19 patient, you can infect many people. That's why the infection is growing. All you got to do is to put on a mask. No, cannot. Freedom, as the Americans say. Freedom without responsibility is you're committing murder.
Yep.
Responsibility is important you must understand responsibility and then freedom. So that's why the simple thing during them. Now, the law says, or at least the government says, hey, stay in the house. Why are they saying that? Because you will not get infected, you will not infect somebody. No. I must go down to the coffee shop down on the road there and sit and drink one coffee there. Why can't you do it at home? Oh, I feel confined. You feel confined. Are you confined? Do you have two hands? Slap yourself, then you'll know you have two hands. Isn't it?
Yep.
So what is it? Responsibility, psychological impairment. You have a psychological problem. That's why people suffer more. They have a lot of, the field of psychology has branched into several things already. It's a big medical field because they try to help you, but you can help yourself. You have the ability to help yourself. So, whatever happens, you must ask yourself, what can I do? Can I do something about it? Then do it.
Yep.
I cannot do anything about it. Then move on. I always tell people, okay, when it has happened to me many times. When my father died, I was giving a seminar. My brothers called me through Celine at that time and told Celine, I want to speak to my brother. So she said, hey, he's doing the seminar. Tell him that the father just passed away. So she wrote a small note and gave it to me. I said, okay, leave it. I carry on with the seminar. What can I do? He's already dead. For whatever I can do for him, I have done. When he was alive. That's the best I can do. In all things, even when my wife died, for that matter, I've always taken it away. Have I done whatever I can? The question I ask myself, have I done everything I can for this person or this particular, whatever, have I done my very best? If the answer is yes, then move on, Lana.
Absolutely.
Is-
Such a beautiful philosophy.
You see, otherwise, you are caught because you feel, I should have done this, I should have done that. It's your own psychology you must handle, Lana. Nothing to do it. So, if I lose the job, do something else. Hey, I tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you watching me, it's strange. I've lived in this house, in this area, from 1982.
That's about nearly 40 years.
Nearly
Yep.
38 to be. 38 years old. I have not seen until now, okay, people coming with ice cream, ding, 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 selling ice cream. I've never seen in my area. Now, why? It's a hill, coming up. But now, during COVID, there are ice cream sellers peddling and coming here to sell. Ding, 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 ding. So, see, when you are clear in mind, you know what to do. I have to go even to places that I cannot climb. I have to go there because there may be some children or some adults who will buy ice cream. Survival.
Yeah.
We must have that instinct in us to do that. But we have it. No, lah. I wait for the COVID to go over. We wait, lah. You understand? This is the problem with humans. We always don't want to do what we can do. But we will always think of what we cannot do or what we should have done.
So, Venga, I'm going to throw a question to you
Please.
to help illustrate what you're talking about. Let's say you are a working adult. It's COVID and all, and you've been told that your company can't keep you any longer. What would you do with regards to what you've just explained, right? Could you explain to us your process?
Okay. I would simply sit down and ask myself, I'm working with this company. They employed me for a purpose. What was I or what am I good at? What am I good at? If I am there as a clerk, just as a clerk, filling papers or doing whatever they tell me to do, then I look for another job. Same way. That's what I can do. But if I sit down and ask, hey, what am I good at? Meaning, what? What else can you do? Oh, I can sew. What can you sew? I can sew a mask. Can you do it at home? Yeah. Go make the mask and go out and sell. You understand? I see, it's like this. If I lose my job, I got to ask myself, hey, somebody employed me. How long have I worked for somebody? What have I done? What have I learned? Okay? Can I take what I've learned and do it on my own? That will be the first question that will come in mind. Can I do it on my own? It's not that, can somebody employ me? Nobody will employ you, no? Why would they want to employ you? Unless you can add value. So, why not? If I can add value to somebody else, why not I add the same value to myself, no?
Yep, that's a.
If I take that and do it myself, I probably earn a few dollars. Or can earn a living, no? Rather than get employed, no? Because this is what happened. The entire global system of economy, I don't want to talk about it, but just tell you, no? From the very beginning, it is all individual human beings selling their vegetable to somebody else and getting some in exchange for something else. This is the whole human way of exchanging goods, and we were quite happy about it.
Yep.
The Western culture came, organized it, and then controlled it and all the rest of it. So 90% became consumer, 10% became producer. Instead of 90% producer, 10% consumer. You understand? So a few people got that people got rich. So why? If I lose my job, that's the first thing I'll do. Hey, what am I good at? Huh? What is it that I'm good at? Sit down. Find out. And then, can I add a little bit more value to this at this period? And I can tell you, Ikram, I have seen many people, many people, they are sending me all sorts of email and WhatsApp and messages and all that, no? Offering their services, no? I mean, these are people, I just don't talk, but they are doing it. They have lost the job, go somewhere else. I was a young boy, no? 4 years old, about 4 years old, yeah? When I told myself, everybody in the, I was brought up, as you all know, but, I said, hey, what am I sitting in the house and everybody's gone out? I also go out. I went out, I look at the shop, can I wash your plate? I spoke to the man, owner of the shop. I wash the plate. He looked at me, what do you want? I said, if you got some food, I'll eat. No mind, otherwise I'll wash for you. So I was intrigued, black man, black person, talking Chinese, in a Chinese environment, not Chinese, Singapore. Huh? I was like, no. So I started. By that time, it was already noon time, lunch. See, they all ate. I just keep on washing whatever. The fella come. Hey, lie. Go, Tambi, lie. So, sit, chair. The family all sitting and eating, and they say, ask me to sit down, eat. I say, come here. I started. By the day is over, I had lunch, I had tea, I had dinner, and I had supper when I went home. I was full.
And happy.
My life started, man. Every day I went back to... So, it's a simple thing. We human have got a mind, and this mind is capable of doing anything. I could have folded my leg and sat in the house until the man who brought me home, I came home. No? Rickshaw pula. No? So, what's the difference? You can do it, I can do it. It's like this. You have a dog. You don't feed the dog. You think the dog will wait for you to come home? No food today, okay? Wait for tomorrow. No, then.
No.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, you cannot sit down, put your legs together, and say, oh, let something come on the way. Nothing will come, no? You have to take that first step to do something with yourself. So, if you say it's difficult for you to sit down and find out what you're good at, then you've been a very unconscious person. No?
Okay, I'm just going to add on, right? Yes, someone could look on, think like this, what am I good at? And then try to look at what he can do. But then there's so many other things. We are in a world where we are strapped with debt, with housing loan, car loans, payments to make. So these things immediately fall on your head, thinking, okay, I've lost my job. How am I going to pay for this?
Okay, absolutely. Ikram, I understand that, okay? That means, number one, you have always lived beyond your means. That is something you must accept. You have lived beyond your means. That is the first lesson you learn. Okay? So what is the government doing to you? If you have a loan, hey, they say, okay lah, we will postpone your loan lah.
Yeah.
That's what they can do for you. You expect them to pay the loan. Cannot, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay? Now, that's the first step. Second step is your commitments. Ask yourself, which of these commitments that I'm in, Lana, okay? How can I reduce it? How can I make it less? How can I manage with what I have? Those are the things that you cannot just think about it. Get a piece of paper, write down all that, Lana. Then, this is the cost. This is what I've been spending on. This is the real. This is what I have. And this is what I can live with. Then your life starts there, Lana. Taking into mind that you do not make the same mistake again, Lana. Over-committing yourself, over-indulging in things that, for instance, Lana, my dear friend, my very, very dear friend, let me ask you this. Do you really need 2 cars in the house? Get rid of one. Then the next question will be, do you really need a car? Ikram, you are a good example, Lana. Okay?
Yeah. I think you living in Kuala Lumpur, one doesn't need a car.
No, they need a car.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay? Look, when I was 80 years old, I had 2-3 cars in the house, Lana. When I said, okay, life must change, I sold everything out, okay? Okay? At a very cheap price, okay? But never mind. Sold it. Okay? Live with what you have, Lana. See, we must live with what we have and what we can afford. Okay? And then go on. Now, you can never tell me, oh, I got no more income and nothing is going to come for me. Sure. Meaning, you will not receive a salary from a place that you worked for. Sure, I can buy that. Okay? Then the next step is, hey, what else can I do in order to earn a few dollars, Lana? Have you ever seen, okay, have you ever seen that sometimes you go to a coffee shop and somebody dressed very well with a tie sometime, they come and try to sell you a keropok packet or a groundnut packet,
Yes.
a little toothpaste or toothbrush. People buy out, Have you ever had that experience, Ikram?
Yes, that was my first sales job.
Okay, very good, Ikram. Don't tell me you can't do that. Oh, now coronavirus, nobody can go there and all that. Wear a mask, put on a plastic thing and go there. I say, I'm selling the toothpaste or toothbrush in a shop. Get permission first, no? If you're fully clothed and you have all the safety margin with gloves and all that, any shopkeeper there, try, make a living. He'll also allow you to speak to the customers, isn't it? Oh, but shy, no? I was the manager last time, no? And then you sit in the house, become manager, la. You understand? I'm not being funny, okay? I'm just saying that you don't want to do what you can do. You want to do what you don't want, you cannot do. See what I'm saying or not?
Yes.
So that's the problem. I accept life as it is. Anything can come. Some I never expected also have come. But I got to go forward. I can't wait there. It's like this, like, if I meet with an accident on the middle of the road, okay, and there's nobody coming on the road, it's all lonely, okay, the best I can do, if I can still use one leg, carry the other leg, no? Tied around my shoulder or whatever, walk, get a stick and walk, no? To the nearest place to seek aid, no? The other choice is, sit there, bleed to death. What do you want? What do you want? Pick up and move on, Lana.
Action.
Because why? Lots of things can go wrong in life. Okay?
Yep.
It is nobody to be blamed, Nobody in this entire universe is to be blamed for what happened. That is life. Things don't go the way you want things to happen. It will never happen the way you want it to happen.
Venga, we have 5 more minutes.
Oh my God, I've stopped too much of it.
I just want to ask you before we close, right? Can you explain to us the concept of one day at a time?
Okay.
How do you live that?
Okay. Because when I go to bed, the concept is very simple. When I go to bed, when I put my head down on the pillow and I sleep, I am dead. I am dead. Because why? You don't know whether you will wake up or not. Okay? My friend, every day about 200,000 to 300,000 people, I think, maybe I'm wrong, daily people are dying. Okay? So, so you also do not know whether you'll get up or not. So, whatever you want to do, you get it done today. And prepare what you want to do tomorrow. Because you have things to do tomorrow, you probably will wake up. I cheat death every day. So, one day. Take one day. Whatever you can do today, do. Then think of what you want to do tomorrow, plan for it. That's one day at a time. No need to worry 25 years from now. One day at a time. You live that moment, and when you go to bed, you are dead. Believe it or not, you are dead. Because whatever is inside you will leave you, whether it returns the same night or not.
That's a mystery.
You cannot. This is true. That's why one day at a time, meaning whatever you can do today, do it. Then move on. See what happens. You can think about it, plan for it, done. So it's not a very difficult concept to understand, isn't it?
Yes.
One day at a time. Okay. You see, when we finally put together the whole system and all the rest of it in the way it is now, every day there will be something to reminding you what needs to be done.
Absolutely.
So to me it's like that. Take one day at a time. If something happened, it already happened. What can you do? What can you do? Nothing. Nothing, isn't it? If you can do something, it will not happen. Isn't it?
Yes.
You carry on, no? So to accept it, that's what I said to you just now. No? Your own psychology must accept it. Your own makeup. Otherwise, between your own emotion and your own imagination, you will think of all sorts of things and create more problem for yourself. So take one day at a time. Do what you can in a day. Do what you can and move on. No? Whatever life throws at you, take it. Some you can handle it. Some you won't be able to handle it. Those which you can do something about, do it. Like you lose a job. You lost it. Okay? Because the business is not making money. That chap who's having the business on, don't expect him to give you a salary when there is no income. What can he do?
Yep.
He has to shut down, right?
Absolutely.
Okay? That's it. But we need to accept that. And the problem with people is they expect a lot. Your expectation is a lot. Not only your expectation of yourself, your expectation of everyone around you
It's very high.
so much. I don't know what to say, Lana. I really don't know what to say. So, one day at a time, whatever you can do, and if you don't do it, you are a disaster. But whatever you cannot do and you won't do, it's okay.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Yes.
It's okay. Life goes on, moves on.
Yes. Such a simple but beautiful philosophy. Do what you can do, forget what you can't do. So don't worry, and take every day one day at a time.
One day at a time.
That's the key to facing
Yes,
adversity.
one day at a time.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's really easy. It's actually easy. It's nothing complex or complicated about what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My dear friend, we are 33 million people in Malaysia. 33 million people. If all of us, my dear friend, if all of us, which you can do, I can do. I can sit in my home, be in my home for 14 days, wear my mask, okay? If I go out to buy some grocery, okay? Take care of myself. If every one of us do that, will this COVID-19 survive or not? It won't, you see. We are the problem, not the COVID. We are transporting it. Oh, business people. Oh, we got business. Very good. Carry on. Now the government say 1.7 million people. Do your COVID test. Otherwise, I won't give you permit. Then you're happy. When they told you, and this COVID, why don't you lock the bloody thing down for 14 days? That's all. Lockdown, all of you. Food will come. All business people could have done that, right? All can do, right? Within 14 days, foreigners or otherwise, okay? Either you would have had the coronavirus, which can be treated, or it would have disappeared, isn't it? Yes or no? Correct. Now they say not even 14 days. 7-8 days, you know already. So what I'm saying is that, so responsibility is ours, no? But you know what? We are clever people. We know what to do. I know what to do. I know. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, but you know. One day at a time.
So we have to wrap up. I hope this episode has been helpful for you, especially in these times. Advice like this is absolute gold. How to handle adversity, how to take one day at a time. This is our last episode for the year.
Yeah, that's correct.
Our next episode is happening on January 6th. So that would be season 3.
That's right.
Of personal development for entrepreneurs. Please stay tuned. It's the first Wednesday of every month. Till then, we say goodbye. Stay safe and apply these principles that you've learned. You'll be handling adversity wonderfully. It's helped me a lot.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I will see you next year.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.